Hello, parents, teachers, caretakers. Thank you. Thank you for coming back again and again and again. I'm very grateful, and it's a privilege for me to be here and to share and to just take that journey alongside with you. I'm not sharing these principles saying that, oh, I have done it and I have got it. No, 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 no. I'm also like you in that same journey, working alongside, walking alongside with the next generation. We're going to start something very new this episode. For the next 5 episodes, we are going to do something very interesting. We're going to talk about some of those places where our children, our next generations, have slipped and have got distracted and have got derailed. Yeah. What are some of those places and how can we deal with it? Today, we will talk about one topic. Some of our children, some of our teenagers, the next generation have become prisoners of their own appetites, of their own desires. What do I mean? All of us have desires. In our mentoring place, we need to be careful as we mentor them, as we begin to walk with them, begin to recognize some of the wrong appetites, recognize some of those wrong desires, and begin to address and help our children to feed the right appetites, not the wrong appetites. To feed the right desires, not the wrong desires. Yeah, we need to come to that place. We need to come to that place. I remember being in a school, and this particular boy was dragged in by the father, after one of the sessions, and the father came in and said, this boy has become like this, like that, like this. I don't want to, share all the details. I don't, if that person is watching, saying a lot of different things about the boy. And finally, the father just said, talk to him, listen to what he says. And he just walked away. And I just sat there. I just finished a session. So I just said, hey, come sit, let me just drink a little bit juice. So I just sat on the side. And as I sat on the side, the boy just looked at me and he said, all that he said, right? But you know what? He is not saying, when I was very small, this is what he kept telling me. You have to do like this, you have to be like this, you have to be like this, you have to be like this. And that's what I've become. That's what I've become. And this boy is not a 13-year-old. He's not a 12-year-old. He's an 18-year-old. And he was sitting there and saying, this is what he said, and this is what he taught me. And he would always speak this statement, and he said a statement which is a very strong statement, and he said, I've heard my father say this statement again and again and again. See, we need to be careful on how we need to weed out some of the wrong appetites, wrong desires. Even when we see, for this, the key thing is this: we need to connect. If we don't connect with our children, if we don't connect with our next generation, we will not even come to know about some of those wrong appetites. We'll never even come to know about their wrong desires. The slip never happens all of a sudden. It's a gradual slope. It takes time. But as they start slipping, as they start moving out of that zone, as they start moving, we need to step in. We need to step in. I'll just give you some practical pointers. 4. In that place of helping them deal with their own desires, deal with their own passions, deal with some of those appetites, one of the things that we need to do is this. We have to really, 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 really ask questions that they can talk. They will talk without any inhibitions. They will talk without any big things, so they will come in to just talk and share. Sometimes we do all the talking. We don't allow them to talk. That's the first thing. The second thing is very important is this. We need to let them know that we understand. Sometimes we don't have to answer all of the different things, comments that they are making. Sometimes it's very immature comments. Yes, we don't have to react to every comment that they are making. No, we don't have to. The third is very important. We need to really connect, and as we connect, we need to inspire them. Not many a times correcting them. Sometimes inspiration works. Sometimes motivation works. Just to motivate them. Hey, you're amazing. See, you're doing this, and you can actually do this, and you can. Just motivating them, just inspiring them. And the last is a very, very crucial thing. To put the fear of God in them. and saying, hey, anchor yourself. Sometimes we have to say some things very straight. I've always said this to parents, teachers, caretakers. Sometimes you encourage, sometimes you come alongside and you motivate, sometimes you inspire, but sometimes have the straight talk that A leads to B. We have to have the straight talk. Now, when we have the straight talk that A leads to B, if you're going to go in this direction, it's going to be in this thing that's going to happen to you. When you're going to say that, let's not dwell on that too much. We say that, we need to make sure that they hear it, but we need to keep moving back into that place of encouragement, moving back into that place of valuing them. Many times we tend to make that statement that kind of hits their self-esteem, it kind of hits their security. We pull them down, we push them down. We think they will take it as such a challenge. This generation doesn't take it as a challenge. They just give up. They just say, that's what my father keeps saying it. That's what my mother keeps saying it. She always scolds me like this. She always uses this word. The words hurt me. We have to be careful. Some of our children have become prisoners of their own appetites, their own desires, their own passions. I think we as parents, teachers, caretakers, we have to step in. And that takes time, that takes intentionality. We need to step in to help them weed out some of those wrong appetites, some of those wrong desires. The need of the hour that we need to step in to mentor and disciple the next generation, intentionally disciple the next generation. That's the need of the hour. We have to step in now. The time is running out and we are losing our children. We are losing our teenagers. We cannot lose them anymore.